Thanks for watching the Action Sports Jax postgame show.
What? We on? Well, I heard thanks for watching the Action Sports Jax post-game show, so I thought we were just practicing, but we're on. I got hi everybody, Hicken here. Let's talk about the Jax. How did we just lose that game? How did we lose that football game? Can someone explain to me? I don't know what I just saw. I kept telling the boys, don't worry, Jake Browning's going to turn into a pumpkin. He's thrown 3 picks. He can't possibly take him down the field. He did. I have no words. I have no words except welcome to Jacksonville, Coach Coen, where coaches come to die. Trev, the Stars, terrible. Not good. Unpopular take, and me and Marcel were talking about it. Trevor Lawrence was not horrible today. He made 4 or 5 bad decisions. Threw the ball a lot. Did he wave off Liam Coen there in the 4th quarter when Liam Coen was screaming at him? Did he just go, eh? Did he do that? Did he do, eh? Wow. BTJ? Elite receiver? Come on, man. Business decision? And some of you defend that? Some of you are saying that's on Trev? The 2nd interception? He stopped. He threw it where he was headed. Run through the ball, we catch it. We get hit. That's football. Business decision. And how about in the end zone? Ball's coming in there, and he goes down. Again, talking in the office, you got to go big. Got to get big, not get small. At least in my opinion. Still waiting for the 1st-round pick to make a play or two to help us out. PI, questionable. But got to turn your head. He'll learn that. I think he'll be fine, but we need him on offense and defense. 3 for 22 today on offense. Jamar Chase beating him on the last drive. Pass interference on the last drive. Not good. Not good. Stars aren't making plays. Stars aren't making plays. You know, we need more from the big dogs. Maybe should have run the ball down inside the red zone a little bit more. Throwing on 1st down. I don't know. How did we lose that game? Joe Burrow out of the game. Jake Browning comes in. He's aiming the ball. He's just scared. We let him go down the field on us. He ended up 21 of 32 for 241. He's beaten us twice. Twice he's beaten Trevor. Trevor, 271 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. You can look at it one way or the other. 2 interceptions, okay. Could have had 4, though. Had a tip that was overturned. And then had a long one at the end of the half that could have been picked. But De'Ami Brown has a touchdown in his hands. You got to catch that ball, Chief. In his hands. That would have given him 4 touchdown passes, by the way. Would you take 4 and 2? And 300 yards? But look at this, man. Parker Washington, our leading receiver. De'Ami Brown, our 2nd leading receiver. Where's Hunter? Where's Thomas? Brian Thomas Jr., 2 games, 5 catches, 60 yards. You know what Jamar Chase did this week after last week? Jamar Chase last week had 26 yards. So you know what he said? Oh, I got to get mine. So Triple Crown winner, he goes out and gets his. Jags defense, got to get a stop at the end. But they did their job a lot. Devin Lloyd with a big interception. We got 6 takeaways in 2 games, man. There is no reason why we shouldn't be 2-0 right now. More yards, 400 to 350. Won the turnover battle. 3rd down efficiency, not bad. Pretty good. Come on, man. What just happened? How did we lose that game? How did we lose that game? I don't understand it. They didn't get a sack. Trevor Lawrence, on that first drive, in fact, I'll tell you the one that killed us. We're about to go up on these guys 14-0, man. And we're driving the ball beautifully. Both first two drives are beautiful. Beautiful drives. Great football. First drive culminates in a touchdown. Second drive, we're going down the field. Trev goes back to pass, man. He gets hit by Hendrickson as he throws, short arms it, gets picked off in the end zone. Cannot happen. Cannot happen. 3 big points at least. 10-0's great in the NFL. We'll take that. Instead, interception, they go down, game tied. We knocked Joe Burrow out of the game. Jake Brown didn't have a week to practice like he did a couple years ago. A couple years ago, he torched us for 350 yards. He did not look like the same quarterback, man. He looked like a quarterback that hadn't played in a long time. Had some bad throws. Dewey had a great pick. Devin Lloyd had a great pick. Eric Murray had a great pick. 3 picks, man. We got 6 turnovers in 2 games. But you blew it. You blew it. Should be 2-0. It's not the end of the world, okay? It's a road game. But golly, man. You really were in control of this game the whole way. And then, I don't know if I agree with it. You guys, everybody has their opinion, and Liam Coen will answer to this. Oh, how about this? How about this one? 6, I counted, illegal shifts. Somebody's got some explaining to do. How long have we been practicing? How long? When did it start? He started introducing the offense back in April. We had training camp since the end of July. And we have 6 illegal shifts? What is that? Please, somebody ask him about the illegal shifts. How can you have 6 illegal shifts in one game? 6! But I'm ready to laud the offensive line. Trevor's been sacked 1 time in the first 2 games. And it was on the second to last play of the game. That's it. That's it. Come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? So we have great pass protection. He drives him down the field. It's 7-0. Throws the pick. Okay, but we right the ship. We're in control the whole way, man. The whole game. I was going back to what I was going to say was it's 24. What was the final, Liv? 27-24? It's 24-20, right? Liv. 27-24 final. Bengals win. 31-27. See, I knew I had it wrong. 31-27. That's Dave Wax's fault. Dave Wax, you have some explaining to do. So here's the deal. 27-24, Jags are leading. He goes for it on 4th and 5. Now, I know what he's going to say. Well, I feel like if we kick the field goal, a touchdown still puts them ahead of us. So I'm thinking, all right, 4th and 5, let's put the game away here. I trust my guys. Let's go get this play. And then Brian Thomas Jr. drops the ball. Did we not just talk about the offense and how many points they scored?
Yes!
Okay, thank you. There's a lot of anger in here today. It's not our fault. So BTJ, I don't know, man. Somebody might want to ask him what's wrong with him because he's not playing good football at all through the first couple of weeks. And he had a bad camp. And y'all told me, don't worry. When the lights come on, he'll be fine. Not fine. Not fine. No. And they went to him first play, remember? Nice play, got some yards. Had a nice 18-yarder on the first drive. Had 2 catches on the first drive. Then we didn't hear from him again until like the 4th quarter. He had 2 more catches, 4 for 49. But he had the drop on 4th down. 4th and 5, right in his hands. But everybody had a little part in it, you know? Everybody had a little part. Trevor had a little part, you know? Ground game was fine. How many yards did we rush for, Liv, does it say? I thought we ran the ball pretty good. Got to keep, look at this. ETN, 5.1. Bashal Tootin, 5.3. Run the damn ball. 139 rushing yards total. 139. Run the ball. Here's Brett Martineau from Cincinnati trying to explain. Maybe he knows what happened, because I don't know what happened. I don't know how we lost. Brent?
This one's hard to digest. The Jaguars get their first gut punch as a new regime in this era, because there's no way they should have lost this football game to the Cincinnati Bengals. Everything added up for a Jags win. They get 3 interceptions. Trevor throws 3 touchdowns. They get the running backs involved. They gain a bunch of yards. They lead most of the game. Joe Burrow doesn't even play most of the game. And the Jaguars lose to Jake Browning again. It's just improbable how this all happened. Some questionable decisions from Liam Coen going for it on 4th down late in the game instead of kicking a field goal, making it a 6-point game. And then the Jaguars give up a long drive to Browning at the end. Again, this was a football game where the Jags did a lot of things right, but they also did a lot of things wrong, including lining up, illegal shifts all over the place. And then Brian Thomas Jr. with an off day for sure, a slow start to his 2nd season in the NFL. We're not sure if he's hurt a little bit or was a bit afraid of some big hits that could happen over the middle, but it didn't look good from Brian Thomas Jr., and that connection between him and Trevor Lawrence continues to be off so far in the early stages of this season. Somewhat quiet afternoon for Travis Hunter, the 2nd overall pick as well. Are we going to see some more impact out of number 12? He got late call for a pass interference. Questionable, but those are the kind of calls you get on the road. Jags going to have to lick their wounds after this one and turn it around quick for a division game against Houston. I think the biggest game of the season upcoming against the Houston Texans, and not just because the Jags lost here in Cincinnati. That's just a big division game coming up in week 3 of the 2025 season. Always on the road with the Jacksonville Jaguars, this time in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm Brent Martineau, Action Sports Jax.
All right, waiting on Liam Coen. It'd be interesting to see his first loss as an NFL coach. Last week, his first win. We'll see how long it will take him. Travis Hunter also going to the podium along with Trevor. So those are the 3 that we'll hear from, plus whoever we get in the locker room. We are gathering sound once Liam Coen enters the podium to answer some questions. But we're back here now, and we fall to 1-1. And again, we talked about the difficulty of the schedule. That's why this one just stings a little bit more. I mean, I think I felt the same from Brett that I feel from me, and I feel from you, and I feel from all the fans here at the news station. Here's Liam Coen. He's making his way, taking a little drink of water. Let's catch him at the podium right now and see what he has to say about this one.
Just how would you evaluate the team's performance?
I thought they played their asses off, competed, played physical, just didn't make enough plays at the end. They call a pass interference on 4th down. Like to see them maybe go earn it, but it is what it is. So, we don't make the play at the end on offense to close somebody out. I think we had an opportunity in the end zone to maybe catch a touchdown, and then we, had the 4th down. Don't make those plays, and ultimately, gave them an opportunity to stay in the game. So, players and coaches alike, we got to go look ourselves in the mirror and go figure it out.
Why the decision to go for it?
It's 100% a go. It's 100% a go. In all analytics and all data, it's 100% a go.
What do you make of the illegal shifts? I think there were 5 or 6 of those.
Yeah, first, like you guys kind of alluded to it during the week, first time on the road, silent cadence. We had some motions and shifts in the offense in order to take advantage of, 91 and try to help with 91 in some ways. Maybe looking at it, we got to go evaluate, did we have too much in the game plan for these guys to go execute? So that's something that we have to be better at as coaches to go figure out, did we put too much on them unnecessarily, especially in the first game on the road, knowing that they were going to have some people here at this game. So we got to go look at that.
You were running down towards the official on that 4th down?
Yeah.
Were you going to call it?
We were just seeing, if it was a good look for it, and it was. Because if we catch the ball, it's 1st down. So we were just making sure, it was if it's a terrible look, I'm going to bang it. And it was a good look, and we got to execute.
Ryan had that drop, and the ball bounced off his hands. It looked like there were a couple of times he was maybe shying away from some contact. Did you see that? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I gotta go watch it, and just go figure out what that was all about and what it looked like. yeah, I got to go take a look at that.
On Devin Lloyd's interception, did you think he was still?
I didn't get a good look at it. All the guys up top said that he did not appear to be down. It didn't matter because they ruled him down, so I couldn't do anything about it on the change of the possession. So it just, I don't know. I didn't get a good look at it, and then there was no replay, so I didn't see it. That was just what the guys were kind of saying up top.
The run game seemed to really get going. Just what did you make of that side of the offense?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a little slower to get going at times, but man, I don't know. We rushed for like 140 something, whatever it was, but that, efficient. I mean, I think we ran it well, and I thought both of those backs, really all three of those guys, ran hard and made some plays when they did get hit at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage. I mean, I was pleased with those guys, and I really thought the front played well. I mean, I really do. I mean, 91 got us at the end, and we have a chip called on the last play of the game just now. We don't chip them, so kind of need to work on figuring out what that was. But there wasn't many third downs or red zone plays that we didn't have a chip. The frustrating one was the one that we didn't have one on. Travis open in the back of the end zone, turn it over. Those are the game wreckers. Yeah, but it's hard to chip and get 3 out in a 3rd and 9 on the 9 or whatever it was. You need eligibles out. So that was a tough one.
What did you make of 12 playing a ton of snaps on defense on the outside?
Man, aside from that play of getting called there, I don't know. I didn't see him do anything necessarily, bad. I saw on the sideline, made a nice play on a breakup, and I thought he had good energy out there. Jarian got nicked up a little bit, so it forced, a little bit more naturally, even though we wanted to get him a little bit more work as it was. So, he just keeps competing. So I didn't get a great chance to watch him individually. I just know that I don't think he hurt us.
Those when the Bengals got close to the goal line or down there on the goal line late, was there any consideration to let them go in?
We did. We talked about freeway. We talked about it, and then it was like once they got the penalty that knocked them back, we were about to do that on that play, the next play, and then they called the offsides or illegal formation, whatever it was, which knocked them back. So now you're sitting there like, well, shoot, from the 5 or 6 yard line, we got a chance to hold them and hold them to 3 points. So that was about to occur, and then they got the penalty.
Can you evaluate the way Trevor played today?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously the turnovers are hard. Whether that's his fault, I can't say. I got to watch it. One thing I will say is I thought he competed his tail off. I thought he was, getting us again in and out of the right things and made a lot of good throws, man. I mean, he made some really good throws for us. I got to go look at one of the, some of the ones he missed and see what that looked like. But we can win with him playing like that. In limiting, obviously, the turnovers, whether it's whose fault. Is it my fault as a play caller? Was it a bad design? Was it an errant throw? Was it a missed block? Right? Who knows what that looks like? But I was very proud of the competitor that he was today.
At one point on the broadcast, they kind of caught you lip reading that you were telling him to hit his receivers on the numbers. How do you feel as the game progressed?
That was just one throw. I was pissed. It is what it is. It's not, that's emotion. It's not personal ever. That's just kind of me getting worked up. So he threw a dime in the back of the end zone. We don't make a play. I was very pleased with his competitive nature, the way he stayed calm on the sidelines. He doesn't get, he's pretty even keel, which is good for me. I need that.
When Burrow went out, when Burrow went out and Browning comes in, how does that change the defensive scheme, if at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think we probably, the last time I think we gave him a one-on-one was on the touchdown. And that was something that we, looked at that play. It was like, dude, make him beat us in zone. Make him beat us. Don't give him, we don't need to go after him right now. Let's make him go play quarterback and go beat us. And I think we did that. Shoot, our defense gave us the ball back in their territory to go win the game, and we don't get points. That's on us as an offense, not on the defense. I thought Jamar got his. We knew that was going to kind of occur, but I thought our defense played their tails off. I thought Campy called a good game. I thought our staff did a great job getting them prepared. prepared, they're going to get some of those. They got really damn good players on offense. That one is the one that kind of sticks out where you're like, damn, maybe we shouldn't have given them a one-on-one, but after that we didn't and played really well.
Coach, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yep.
And couple observations from what he said. First off, I like his glibness. I like how he answers the questions, but that doesn't matter to you guys. But I'll say this, the end of the Travis Hunter quote, he didn't hurt us. We ain't trading up to get a guy who didn't hurt us. We're trading up to get a guy to help us. We traded up to get a guy to make wow plays. We traded up for a guy who's going to knock it down on fourth down from the corner spot. We traded up to get a guy who's a playmaker on offense, and we haven't gotten that. Now, it's early. I get it, all right? So I'm not, annihilating the kid or anything like that, but he didn't hurt us is not what I'm looking for. I kind of agree with him about Trevor to a point. And he's got to look at it. We got to find out what happened on that second pick. He made a couple bad plays, but he made a lot of good plays too. And De'Ami Brown's got to catch the one in the end zone. That's an easy catch and throw. And again, we're this close away from winning that game, but we didn't win. We lost. And around these parts, the Jags are going to jag, right? That's what we do. Around these parts, Liam Coen doesn't know that yet. But around these parts, this is what happens over and over again. So, didn't like his answer on the fourth down call. Didn't like that. 100% the right call. Analytics. Whoa. Feel for the game too. I'm cool with the analytics. I'm cool with you coaches hiding behind the analytics, but feel for the game. Feel for the game. Field goal. Nah, we're up 30-24. They have to score a touchdown. Maybe they still would have. They went down and scored anyway. They win 31-30. It wouldn't have made a difference. Maybe not. Feel for the game, though. I think at that point, 4th and 5. And again, good play call, but what happened? Brian Thomas Jr. dropped the ball. Hit him right in the hands. Catches it, falls backwards, first down. We win the game. So there were a bunch of those moments. They did refer to the Devin Lloyd interception, which we thought watching, and we're surprised that they didn't take a look at it, that he was not down. Maybe he was. I don't know. It looked like he rolled over and no other body parts ever touched. But nice interception by Devin Lloyd. So overall, and they did. They've run the ball effectively for 2 straight weeks. I think the offensive line has done a terrific job out of the gates. How about, do you remember early on the pitch to ETN, and he went for about 30 down the sideline? We were shouting out in the sports office because the center, Hainsey, was leading them down the field. It was beautiful, man. Going to find people, shoving guys. It was great. Great stuff. So really like how the O-line is playing, and quite honestly, we scored enough points to win today. But it's not on the defense, because the defense gave us a ball to score more. And how many times were in the red zone? 6 times. We got 3 times we scored. So we're waiting for Trevor and Travis. Let's go over a couple scores. Oh, Dallas just won in overtime. Oh, the Giants. God bless them. You want to talk about a heartbreaking loss. Russell Wilson threw for a career high in yards today. Over 450 yards for Russell Wilson, and the Cowboys win in overtime. Unbelievable. The Lions said not yet. Ben, not yet. Caleb, not yet. NFC North, Chicago Bears, 52 they hung on them to 21. So good win for them. Mike McDaniel is going to get fired in Miami. He's not going to last the season. The Patriots went down there and beat them. That's a bad L for Miami. The Rams put it to the Titans, came across the country, won in Nashville. Tennessee falls to 0-2. That's good. That's good for us. Buffalo looks great. The Jets look like the same old sorry Jets. It doesn't matter who their coach is. Justin Fields, I look in the 3rd quarter, and this is why Justin Fields is so maddening. He's on his 3rd different team. And this is why Justin Fields is so maddening. In the middle of the 3rd quarter, he was 3 of 9 for 28 yards. That's still good. And Mac Jones led the Niners to a big road win over the New Orleans Saints, 26-21. Saints hung around, only lost by 5 points. But those are the early games that are in. Of course, the big one, the Jaguars falling short, where I see BTJ right now in the locker room, so he's getting interviewed. So I'd like to find out what he has to say. I'd be very curious to hear his comments. I am shocked at how he has played coming out of the gates these first 2 weeks. I don't know what exactly is going on. I don't know if there's different coverages. I don't know, but he just doesn't. I said this last week. He doesn't look comfortable catching the football right now, and hopefully he can work his way out of that and be the player. You know, I was listening to some of the local announcers today, and there's a thought that BTJ may not have the same numbers as he had a year ago, and that's fine. But he's got to be the playmaker that he was a year ago. And he's got to be clutch. He's got to come through. We can't just sit there and go, we got BTJ, we got to get him the ball. We got into that last year, and they were right. But this year we got options. If you're not going to make plays, we'll look away. Travis Etienne now on his game, over 70 yards rushing today.
It hurts. We come out here. I feel like we played the game to win, but we just didn't make enough plays. We just got to find a way to be better in those at the end of the game. Whenever defense gets a turnover, so we got to go out there and just score the ball, put the game away for our defense. They play a hell of a game, and we just got to go out there and find a way to win.
Did you feel like you were in control of so many things, and then, like you said, just a play or two to put it away, couldn't make it?
For sure. I feel like it was just we just kept shooting ourselves in the foot all game. I feel like it's like the small details we got to work on. We all go out there, we play hard. I feel like Elfrid is there. We just got to be a little bit better with our execution, and this is gonna come with us just learning each other. And I feel like it's our first taste of adversity, and just how we gonna respond, how we gonna get better for the next one.
How do you handle that part of it? You've been around this a long time. Do you help that out, the adversity part?
We just got to come closer together, and I feel like we have the right guys in the room. We have the right regime here, and we just got to go out there and just get that taste out of our mouths. And that's the reason it's about how we prepare week in and week out. So I feel like whether we win, whether we lose, it don't change what we do during the week. So we just got to go there, and it's going to hurt watching the film. It's going to be a little tough, but we know we got to do to get better, and we will.
Do you say anything to Brian right now? You wonder about his confidence at all? It looks like he's off to a slow start this month.
No, man, that BTJ, man, that's somebody I'm not worried about. I feel like he know who he is, and he know who he is, and I feel like he's here for a reason. I feel like nobody in the locker room have trouble with confidence. Like, we play football our whole lives, and like we don't get to this point and lose ourselves. So I feel like we had the utmost confidence in BTJ, and we ran with him till the wheels fall off.
I tell you what, I love the ground game. I love it. I love the plays. I love how the running backs are running. I agree with Liam Coen. I love the offense. I'm just disappointed that we lost a game we should have won. I don't know how we lost. I still am not sure how we lost to Jake Browning. I really don't understand it. And a lot of you are saying, I'll tell you how we lost. Hicken, they scored more points. I get it. But Etienne is running like he used to run. Tootin gets the ball, and he's got that little quick shuffle sidestep, and off he goes. Terrific. And he's got power, and he gets hit, and he drives forward 2 or 3 yards. And LaQuinn Allen had 1 carry today, but when he's in the game, he goes after whomever. I love him. I love him in pass protection. So I wouldn't mind if he got a couple more. I think we should run it more. Our 2 running backs combined for 22 carries, 5.2 a pop. That's terrific. That's 113 yards on 22 carries. So we'll take that any day. So bravo. I like that. I like what we got cooking. I like a lot of what's going on here. I mean, I just don't like losing. Nor should you, especially when we outplay, especially when we got this game. And I don't like 100% the right call. I don't know about that. I don't think it was 100% the right call. So, but just my opinion. That's why they get paid a lot of money. But there are things that need to get fixed here, okay? And so, I like, you know what? De'Ami Brown, who dropped a touchdown, other than that, has played good football for the Jags the first 2 weeks. Parker Washington continues to find his niche, his role, and makes good plays for us and plays hard. And I like Parker Washington. I just need BTJ and I need Travis Hunter to get going. Brendan Strange, not much of a factor today. 3 for 17, no big deal. But the ball was spread around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different guys right there catching footballs today. But listen, I don't know if it's a good thing or not. And I wonder what the coaches would tell you if Parker Washington, your fourth receiver, is your leading receiver. Is that a good thing or not a good thing? You decide. Discuss amongst yourselves. Bottom line is this: the Jaguars have fallen now to 1-1 on the season. And next week, big showdown. Home against the Houston Texans. Divisional game at home. If we're going to play meaningful football, in December, that's one we got to get. Oh, here's a schedule. Well done, staff. There it is, the Houston Texans. We need to have the bank packed. We need to be loud and proud. We need to get these guys in. They got a Monday night game against Tampa, so we won't know what they do. They'll try to get one up and one down, and I think they'll probably win that game. But Tampa's a formidable opponent. Niners out there, very tough challenge, and obviously say no more about these guys. And then these two ain't easy. I think Seattle beat Pittsburgh, right? I don't think we had that on the board, but I think Seattle went to Pittsburgh today and won that game. And Sam Darnold played pretty well. Seattle and the Rams are two good football teams. Again, Seahawks won 31-17. These two teams won by 2 touchdowns each today. They beat one of our brothers, the Titans, the AFC South team, and they beat the AFC North team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. So get me to 3. Find me 3 dubs in there, man. Oh, gosh, if we could have won this game today. Get me to 3 dubs. It ain't going to be easy. But find them for me, and I'll be pumped. Because when we come back after the bye, we got to hold the fort together, but we got a real opportunity in the second half. But we've gone over that before. You guys know what I'm talking about. And we've been down this road before, right? It was a tough schedule last year, too. So we just were so bad last year, and we're leaps and bounds better than we were a season ago, don't you think? I mean, Eric Armstead made a couple plays today, right? Trayvon got a sack today and made some good plays. It was you know what was good today? Our interior defensive. Now look, I don't think the Bengals have a very good offensive line, but our interior defensive line today was much better than it was a week ago. Because there was not a lot of. Chase Brown is a really good running back, but there wasn't much running room for them. Here's Travis Hunter. Let's go. Check him out at the podium.
What's up, everybody?
Travis, it seemed like, obviously on that pass interference call, you didn't feel like it was necessarily. Just what did you see on that play? How did it break down to you?
I just can't make it. I can't leave it up to the refs. I just got to do my job, put myself in a better position.
How did you feel like you reacted? Jarden goes down, you have to come in right away. How did that process work for you?
I was good. I was prepared for the moment, prepared to do my job, but I just got to make a couple more plays.
Did they give you an idea going into the game of kind of the snap count of kind of what your workload would be?
Yeah, they told me I'm going to play a lot more defense, so I was just prepared and ready.
What was it like matching up with Chase and Higgins?
Oh, it was great. It was great for me early in my career to, go against those two guys. They established themselves in this league, so it was great for me.
I know you're used to this, but how do you feel coming out of it with the extended snap count today?
Well, I feel great. I feel like I could go back out there and play some more. So.
What did you learn from Chase and Higgins in a game like this, or is that not something you really can digest now? You got to wait for see film and stuff.
Well, they just did their job. They did what their team needed them to do. So that's what I see from them. They did what they had to do to come out with a dub.
How hard is this one to take, just team-wise, where you had so many plays, you had 3 turnovers, 3 touchdowns on the offensive side from Trevor, and still can't grab the W?
We just got to, like I said, we got to go and break down this game and make sure it don't happen no more and just do our job. Individually, I got to do my job still.
What's going on where you guys had the 5 illegal shifts in 9 plays? And then how did you fix it?
We just, we wasn't lining up right. We wasn't fully locked in, which I say. I had a couple mistakes too, so I got to do better with that. I think I had 2 of those. for 3 of those, one of the 2. But I still got to do my job, and the other guys just got to do their job.
Brian Thomas had the 4th down drop. Do you say anything to him after the game or after the play, just to kind of pick him up or anything like that, or you guys?
I just tell him to keep his head up. That's it. I'm always have his back, no matter if he right, wrong, or do something that we know is not in his character. So I'm just going to, stand behind him and continue to push him to be great.
Did he seem really, or was he really bothered by it?
I don't know. I had to go on defense. I helped him up, and it was time for me to get on defense.
Travis, you have to be patient here the early going here. You guys are spreading the ball all over the place, and coming your way all the time. And then also, obviously, defense. I mean, is that a balance for you to, hey, go make a play and make an impact, but also you got to let it come your way?
Yeah, it's just I got to do what they ask me to do. I got to play within the system and just do my job, make sure I'm on my P's and Q's at all times.
Looks like you guys were able to do whatever you wanted early on offensively. What was that like? And then obviously the turnovers came and affected things a little bit, but looked pretty smooth outside of that early on.
Yeah, we was real smooth coming out of the game. We came out fast, but we just got to finish just like we came out.
People say the NFL is different than college, but you're fully prepared to be a two-way player, like this is what you want to do.
Yeah, this is definitely what I want to do. There's a lot of people that's going to continue to doubt me, but I just got to go out there and do my job, let them say what they want to say.
You talk highly about Brian, just from what you've been able to see from him and you guys' interactions, what gives you the confidence that he can bounce back from something like this?
It's just how he go about his work. He's that man. And I see it every day in practice. I seen it through the training camp, and I seen it in games. So I just know that he's gonna, bounce back and do his job.
Good. Thanks, Travis. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Travis Hunter is quick, fast, on the field and off it. Doesn't give you deep answers, just keeps it boom, 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 and off he goes. Speaking to the media just now, listen, I like the kid, man. I like how he is. I like his energy. I like his enthusiasm. I like it. I like his approach to the game. He loves it. He's ready. He wants to be on the field. We just need to meet. I would like to see him ask him about that end of the first half when Trevor launched one and it got knocked down. Travis almost caught the ball. Almost caught the ball on the comeback, and that would have been. I need a big play from him. You see what I'm saying? I need a big play. I need him to help us win somehow, some way. And we're just throwing him short balls. He's got, 3 for 22 today, 6 for 33. That's 9 for 55. 9 for 55 is 6 yards a catch. I don't need that. I want to hear Brian Thomas Jr. and we'll break away if Trevor comes up to the podium and get back to him. But let's hear from Brian Thomas Jr.
Well, it's the NFL, man. It's going to be good and bad. How tough is a day like today to take?
It's super tough. You feel like you had a game that you should have won, and you end up losing. It's super tough, but we just got to keep going.
It seemed like you guys are doing a lot of things that you wanted to do. Did you feel like just a play or two away from making that one that put it over the top?
Yeah, it was a lot of little things that just added up to this. So, we just got to find out what it is and just keep going. Correct those things, keep going.
What happened on the 4th down with the drop there? What happened?
Shit, drop the ball, got to catch it.
Are you in a good place, confident-wise, right now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a great place, confident-wise.
Do you just have to be, or is it just because of everything that you've done to this point that you lean on that?
I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. That's it.
How frustrating is that? You know that you're capable of this, and then some things don't go your way necessarily. How do you stay locked in on that?
It's super frustrating.
Lawrence now at the podium. We'll hear from him and get back to Brian.
Just get that off there. All right, we're good. I think overall we showed we can, make plays, and just the consistency piece is still lacking at times. I think just playing a full 60 minutes with focus and attention to detail and not shooting ourselves in the foot, that's still showing up. So that's stuff that we have to correct and learn from. I think just continuing to make plays down the stretch. That's what, really good teams do. And I think there was times we did that today and big moments, and there's times we didn't. So we'll watch it and learn from it and get better from it.
Do you know why? Are you concerned that stuff like that lingers longer and longer?
You mean the penalty stuff, or?
You had 5 illegal shifts, I think, in a 9-play span. Those kind of things.
It's just, concerned, no. It's just, but we have to correct it. It's just being smart and being on the same page, and it's stuff that we can control, which is, frustrating, but also things that we can fix because we can control it.
How would you evaluate your connection with Brian in particular today?
I thought we made some plays on the field where, we had some big chunks. I think there's definitely stuff that we left out there again this week. So it's a long season, and that's obviously important to our success as an offense is me and him being dialed in and being on the same page. And we're getting there, and we just got to keep working. It's like I said, it's not all said and done after one game. So we got to continue to build, and I thought there were some improvements we made this week, and got to continue to get better.
Felt like early on, concerted effort to get him the ball. I don't think he had to catch that again until the fourth quarter. Maybe that was more of a concerted effort too, to get him downfield. How would you describe just what you set out to do in terms of getting him involved versus what actually happened?
I mean, he's a great player, so it's always going to be part of our plan to get him the ball. So I think you saw that early, and then as the game goes, we have a lot of guys that are dynamic that can do things with the ball, so we feel like we can move people around, and the way games goes, the ball just kind of finds who's open. And on third downs, and we have a lot of moving parts and guys moving around the field, and I thought we had a good plan to get guys open. And just for whatever reason, I didn't notice that as the kind of lull in the middle of the game for him getting the ball. But my job is to find the guy that's open and try to get him the ball and move on. And obviously there's a big plan for us for that to be BT, because he's a great player and can win his one-on-ones.
You talk about stopping to make the mistakes that hurt you guys and beat you and all that stuff. Is that the culture that Liam is trying to figure out and that get established here?
That's a good question. I think that's part of it. I mean, but I also think the guys played hard. We got each other's back. Like, that's a big piece to this, is to not point fingers when you get some adversity. And we had some today, had some turnovers. They went down and scored a couple times, some back and forth. And I thought we did some good things as far as complimentary defense, bailing us out a few times, and then also us taking advantage of a turnover, going and scoring off of it. But we just need more of that. So I think for us, it's just learning how to close out these games and to make the plays down the stretch. I think guys played hard and believed, and we just didn't get it done today. So, we got to learn from it and watch the tape and get better.
Brian's proved he's a good player, but it looks like maybe a little confidence right now with things not going his way. That's just my view. But have you had to bring guys along or do extra things in practice over the years anyway, when you feel like some of that isn't clicking where you want it to be?
Yeah, I mean, I never want to speak for a guy and his confidence and where he's at. I think me and BT have a good relationship, and we do communicate, and that's just something where, I got to be better for him and vice versa. Like, we got to help each other out. There's a couple plays today where I can give him a chance down the field where I didn't. I know there's obviously a couple plays that he can make too, and he'd tell you the same thing. So we're all in it together. It's a team sport. That's the beautiful thing about it, is no one's out there by themselves. So if that is something, and he is putting pressure on himself, so I'm not saying he is, he's not out there alone. He's got 10 other guys that got his back, and we're all in that together. So that's football. It's not always going to go your way.
He's clearly disappointed on the fourth down draw. Do you say anything to him in a situation like that?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, we're all frustrated in different times when we want to make that play, but just not much to say there. I mean, I think he understands the situation, and it is what it is. I went up to him and just said, hey, we got it next time. Let's go finish the game, go close it out. At that point, hoping to get another opportunity to go finish the game. But, it is what it is. There's not much to say. Guys know it's the same thing. Like, if I have a bad throw, like, I know I got to make the throw. Same thing on the catch. So, we all got to just own our part and move on and improve.
To see the microscope's going to be on the play you guys didn't make, but you went up and down the field. How much did you do well in week 2 and where this is heading?
Yeah, we did a lot well. I thought we had a good plan. For the most part, the stuff that we tried to accomplish, we did. Like we said, just the self-inflicted wounds, penalties, missed throws, drops, different things, getting off schedule. That stuff kind of showed up again. So that's the thing. Those are things we need to improve. But I thought our plan and our big plays down the field, running back room, all those guys made some big plays for us. Guys down the field winning the matchups, and I thought we had a good plan.
6 targets for Travis, but how do you evaluate him today? How do you see his role kind of developing as we go forward, particularly as a two-way player?
Yeah, it's always a work in progress as far as just our offense and figuring out, what clicks, what we're really good at. Each week's going to be different, our plan. And obviously today he had to play more defense, played a lot there down at the end of the game. So it's we got players that can play. Obviously Parker stepped in and did a nice job when his number was called. So every week will be a little bit different. I thought he's done a nice job of doing what's asked of him, and I think there's more out there that we can find, and he's a great player, and we got to continue to keep him involved just because he's really good with the ball in his hands.
Facial Tootin gets more action today. Just what did you see from him, and how can he improve this offense?
Man, he played really well. Obviously did some stuff in the passing game, had that big catch for a touchdown, and then running the ball, just getting downhill. He had some great runs that maybe didn't look great at first, but he pushed an extra 2, 3, 4 yards and ended up being 7-yard gains that looked like they should be probably 3-yard gains. So he did a really good job. I think our guys up front played really hard, cleared some lanes for him, and the guys ran hard.
How would you describe your relationship in game with Liam, maybe comparatively to other coaching dynamics that you've had?
It's really good. The communication is really high. I think, Coach is really passionate, which is something that I've noticed ever since he's been here, and I love that about him, and we'll get fired up, So it's been cool seeing our, and there's times where I'm not always that way. I'm kind of a little more like this, but he's honestly brought a little bit of more of that out of me, which I think has been good for our offense, and I've kind of feed off of him, and there's times we get excited and get fired up, and there's a sense of urgency, though, too, when things aren't going great, where I feel like he does hold us accountable and not afraid to rip into us a little bit. So I think that's good. There's a sense of urgency for us, and we need to get better, and we can improve.
On the second interception, did you think it might have been a free play? There's a flag. I think it ended up being a legal shift. But
no, I didn't think that was a free play. We were just a little off there, me and BT, as far as some of our timing stuff. I got to clean that up. Wasn't the best ball there, and seemed like every ball was getting tipped up in the air today, so got to find a way to, limit those.
Like 2 more guys.
You put catch-up mode in so much of your career. What's it like now in consecutive weeks to be able to come out and, get points in the first quarter, including your first drive?
It's great. It's to be able to start the game that way, for our defense, us offensively to settle in early, to feel like we get some good plays, stay on track, go get points, gives us some confidence as an offense, and then for our defense too, to be able to settle in with a lead. I think that's also important. So it's been awesome. We got to continue to build off that, and like I said, learn from the stuff today where that's all great, but still got to go win the game. So, but the way we've started the last 2 weeks has been much better for sure.
Okay, great.
Good. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Trevor, appreciate it.
All right, that was Trevor Lawrence. You just heard him talk about some of the issues and things of cleaning up, and typical Trevor. And he's right about one thing. And he did shoosh Liam one time, which was great, and Liam kind of laughed about it, appreciated it. And I like that. I like that yin and yang in terms of Liam Coen is a more emotional, yelling, fiery. And Trev's always been like this, right? We've watched him, he's even keeled dude. And so maybe get a little fire out of Trevor. That's probably a good thing for the Jags to have cooking. So, but there was a moment in the fourth quarter where, he did that and because Liam wanted him to hit him in the chest and he had a bad throw and he came back. Anyway, it's just a little interesting game within the game that happened today. I thought Trevor played okay. Had some real good throws. Had some bad throws too, though. Had some, the consistency is the one thing that's lacking. That he'll start out on fire, right? 8 of 12 for 112 yards in the first quarter. Okay, touchdown, but then he had the pick. And then he had another pick. Then he had another touchdown. Then he had another touchdown. Then he had a touchdown drop. Could have had 4. I don't think he's ever had 4 in his career. So, but we want to get back to the rest of Brian Thomas Jr., is that correct? So let's hear the rest of Brian Thomas Jr. right now.
Well, it's the NFL, man. It's going to be good and bad. How tough is a day like today to take?
I mean, it's super tough. I mean, you feel like you had a game that you should have won, and I mean, you end up losing. So, I mean, it's super tough, but I mean, we just got to keep going.
It seemed like you guys are doing a lot of things that you wanted to do. Did you feel like just a play or two away from making that one that put it over the top?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of little things that just added up to this. So, I mean, we just got to find out what it is and just keep going. Correct those things, keep going.
What happened on the fourth down with the drop there? What happened?
Drop the ball, got to catch it.
Are you in a good place, confident-wise, right now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a great place, confident-wise.
Do you just have to be, or is it just because of everything that you've done to this point that you lean on that?
I mean, I know what I'm capable of. I know what I can do. So, yeah, that's it.
How frustrating is that? I mean, you know that you're capable of this, and then some things don't go your way necessarily. How do you stay locked in on that?
It's super frustrating. Just gotta put it behind you and go on to the next week.
What's the balance? Can you give us an idea of the balance for you when you're going across the middle and you've got two guys bearing down on you and trying to also protect yourself in those situations?
Just gotta be better. Just go catch the ball. It's plain and simple. Just go catch the ball.
Why so many illegal shifts today? What was causing that, you think?
Just got to get in the huddle, get the whole play call, know where you're supposed to be at, know where you're supposed to get lined up, and go out there and execute the play. That's it. Just got to execute.
There's been a lot of good stuff happening around here for last week or 6 months with this new regime. It feels like a gut punch. You guys well equipped to handle something like today?
Yeah, I feel like we got a lot of leaders in there. I mean, that's the big thing for this. That's what the whole word been, just being able to go through adversity. So I mean, I feel like we'll be good. I feel like we'll be straight.
Can you work some stuff out, that chemistry with Trevor, even on Wednesdays and Thursdays? I mean, do you build toward Sunday on those days and shake some of it off?
Yeah, definitely. That's what we practice. That's what we get extra work in for. So yeah.
Do you feel like there's any chemistry issues between you and Trevor?
Nah. I mean, I just feel like we got to go out there and execute. I just got to make the plays and shit when the ball's coming to me. Just make the plays.
Last year and the year before, a lot of the same guys in here that are here now didn't bounce back from adversity as well. So what
that was last year and the year before. We on to a new year. We're just gonna come out and be better.
First adversity with this club. What was the message from Liam Coen at the end of the game?
Come out and next week be prepared, be ready to go. Fight through adversity. I mean, week 2 we lost the game. We got a long season ahead. You got to fight through. Long season.
I love these guys. They're the greatest, man. But I mean, I get it. Emotional. Highs and lows. Today's a low. He had a terrible game. He's had a terrible start. I'm sure he's frustrated. What do you want him to say? And so they go into that with, okay, you're getting like the very least amount of answer that you're going to get from me. Here we go. To the point that's why we have to simply come back and go, okay, well, on that interception, was that your fault or was that Trevor's fault? You know, see what he says. Get the death stare from him. Then you're cooking. That was Brian Thomas Jr. He's got 5 catches for 60 yards in 2 games. Ooh. That would project, by the way, to not a good year for OBTJ. So that would be about 40 catches. So hopefully he can get it going. And I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. He's a good football player. So we'll get him cranked up hopefully next week against the Houston Texans. But, man, that's a challenge now. Houston has got one of the best defenses in the National Football League. All right, who else do we have? We have Foye. Let's hear from Foye, the AFC Defensive Player of the Week. He always is glib. Let's hear what he has to say. Foye, how did we lose this stinking game?
Catching up with Foyesade Oluokun, Jaguars linebacker, and that was, I don't know, an interesting game. It really kind of was all over the place. The momentum would go one way, then the other way. What did you see from the field for today's game?
Excited about some things out there, and then just what we can learn from this type of game, about consistency all the way through the game. So a lot of things we can learn from is what I'll say. Obviously, we want to come out with a win. Can't take away from good things we did, but we want to come out with a win. So we got to play good all the way through the game for real.
How tough is it to turn those things that you want to learn from into, different results next time around, that you kind of face this same sort of adversity?
I'm excited just to get back to practice. It's a long season. Sundays keep coming, so obviously Sunday's going to be here before we know it. Another chance to show what we've learned and stuff. So I'm excited for the next opportunity. I want to win. That's about it.
A year ago, a lot of the conversation was, where's the turnovers? They've come here in 2025. You guys are clearly doing something a little different. How encouraging is it to see you guys taking away the ball and getting that part of the game kind of locked in?
That comes from a lot of communication and trust out there. Everybody doing their little part within the play. Pass rush is getting a lot of good pressure. People are matching routes very well right now. So we just keep communicating, keep practicing through the week, and then trusting what we see. But it's a good job. People have their eyes back on the ball and making plays on it. Maybe get a couple more turnovers. We got to find out how to win those games coming down the stretch.
How challenging is that final drive, knowing that you guys got to keep them out of the end zone and they drive down the field and score that touchdown?
Yeah, it's how you got to win. It's got to have a football there. You know what time it is. Got us some third downs, some fourth downs. We got to find a way to, not really find a way, we got to finish those plays right there. Come out with the win. That's all it is. That's the name of the game of NFL football.
Last one, obviously Burrow goes out, Browning comes in. How different are those quarterbacks from what you maybe prepared for all week to then having to face a different guy? I mean, Chase and Higgins are still out there and you're still kind of working with those guys, but for the quarterback to change mid-game, what's that challenge like?
Really, 2 years ago, I feel like we played them on one of the night games. Browning, you kind of know that ball's coming out, 1, 2, 3 throw or whatever on time and everything. So being stickier on matches, but ball in the air, we got to make those plays. Really, got to keep our rush lanes and all that stuff being on our assignments. I would say luckily we played against him, but I think we kind of knew what to expect when he came back in the game. We were doing well against Burrow. I feel like making things maybe muddy for him, but I feel like when Browning comes in the game, it don't matter what the look is. He's going to throw it to where he's supposed to, right away. You know what I'm saying? So learning experience, finding out what works for each quarterback through the game, and sticking with it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate Foyesade Oluokun, AFC Defensive Player of the Week 1 week ago. We won't have an AFC Defensive Player of the Week this week after giving up 31 points, but that's okay. Jaguars lose today to the Cincinnati Bengals, drop to 1-1 on the season. Colts are playing right now. Texans go tomorrow. Titans are 0-2 to start the year. So go Broncos, go Tampa Bay. But we got a long way to go in this football season. Long way to go. So chin up. They're a better team than they were a year ago. They're a better team. They're going to win some of these games. It just hurts that they let this one get away. Again, that wasn't Joe Burrow out there winning. That was Jake Browning doing it to us again. But next week is a new week, and they'll be back at the bank to take on the Houston Texans. Tomorrow night, we're going to break down the game. We got Jags Report Live. Special guest Dyami Brown will join us. He's off to a really good start for the Jaguars. We out Strings at the Beach. Come on out and join us. We'll have a lot of fun with Dyami and see what he has to say. And then tonight, Action Sports Jax Primetime. We'll do it twice, 10:30 on Fox 30, 11:30 on CBS 47, or depending on when the NFL action ends. But you'll see a full breakdown, all the post-game. Brent from Cincinnati, yours truly. We'll talk about all things teal and black. Appreciate you hanging out with us on the Action Sports Jax post-game. Back at the bank on Sunday against Houston. Jags fall to the Bengals. They're 1-1 on the season. Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks for watching the Action Sports Jax post-game show.